This is Kessben 93.3 FM, a new wave of excellence in radio.
Dr. Mawutor,
thank you.
Now, you on the issue of our fiscal situation and what we expect to the government.
Thank you. Mr. Methiobia, Minia Bema, our Cassis here, and Minia Richard. And he has to phone you now.
Phobia.
Well, yeah, dear birthday. And yet, Tim Bennett, 110 years old. Aye. And then has been a mesh, and every the passer, so I wish him this time, dear. I'm we are dear Pama, I'm one for Bianca. I'm wishing him the best wishes. I'm one said, Bibi Abacoso, now feed you. Yes, I see. I'm with the speed. Yeah, Nkasa.
The best at your
yeah, Nkasa. No, I'm
also a phobia.
I'm saying, what's house fever? Natural.
Okay. This is unfair.
Natural. Young planet. Once the house fever blows Hannah.
Everything is natural.
Yeah, I'm planning. Okay. Let me say, Dr. Botri. I'm saying, Okasano. Bank of Ghana released the report just this week.
That's right.
Now, Ocha report, Nana, it shows the state of the nation for the first 7 months. Now, my name is we are nothing has changed. So, OSHA figures no in terms of real terms are. Now, in 7 months, no, security me raise your revenue, 34 billion Ghana cedis. And the Ankasa spending, you know, 59 billion.
7 months.
7 months. No. And to sure, there's a deficit.
You could 59 over here.
And I said your means of financing it. So
very good.
And because normally we always plan deficit budget. Now, sometimes and that is not an issue. I'm saying what the implication of this debt to GDP things. Politicians don't want to catch rain. So we what loans be brave. But your mind be one more loans to cry. Then so a moon chiro. The loan itself is not a problem. Well, obi one man was capa, no so or the car. Any interest or problem. And in business, loans and yes bad. Loans are bad, but the implication of the loan on your performance and only idea unya pa.
Because no ni agree.
Aha. Enti me se me pese me bo obosia. Na ma due statement da hwe. Sanye bia me more loan obetimi tua. Anya bia utua kra what will how will it impact on your other expenditure needs? Idea making 34 billion for the first 7 months. No. Salaries inquire 17 billion.
Out of the 34.
Aketia yeti ankrofo where real figures 17 billion. Now interest on payment, interest on loans no 18 billion. Okatuni boom almost 36 billion. And that two items
add the taxes.
That two items we say would they compare the total revenue of 34 billion ain't mean to only two items.
Then the cut 2 million.
What I say? So Sam Yobia me mabosia me catch you say a problem with your annual fiscal performance.
Could that be the reason, one of the reasons why bonds on the market no?
Thank you.
Oman subscribe.
Sanyama we no influence. Okay, so that's another angle. Influence your credit rating. Once you go to loan, we hear agency be. Now assess impact. It's an independent credit rating agency like Moody's, Standard & Poor, and Fitch. One of them assess fiscal performance. Normal rate you. This short period no. No. We say Fitch B my negative B and S&P is negative B. We na B Moody na B3. I mean quite stable. But I see they are looking at credit ratings. It's not good. That is the issue. That's the meaning of it. I mean, let's face the fact. No, they look at your figures. Who figures like BOGD report yabe. This credit ratings will pick the report in the next ratings. No, now one more. So they are not rating you based on their conditions, but they have a standard. They already buy out. No, thank you. They are independent of all of us, and that tells you, say, the state of the economy. No, and yes, so that Rosie. Now, let me say, Minister of Finance, he has not doubted it. He's always working to stabilize the economy. Obia, in fact, and all the countries, all nations are talking about stabilization of your economy. IMF is talking about how countries, both developed and then developing countries, should stabilize the economy. Because you see, and we cannot talk about this in common without the mention of COVID-19.
And no blue home person.
Ukasa so one Ukasa enfa because in as much as figures number out in to say economy no it's not so that it's not performing very well, but we are trying to stabilize it as people. Ghanaians, as people led by the government, are trying to stabilize the economy for us. The other side of the issue is that before 2020, what was the issue? Was it the same? These are the things we have to ask ourselves. So 2020 has really impacted the entire global economy. Let's face it. Then we look at how prepared was the government to cushion that particular bottom now, which was pressed by COVID-19. And now, this week, a former president, in fact, that's the beauty of democracy. It's the battle of the brains. It's the battle of ideologies. Now, Sanya Mana do or die. I am impressed. Well, like I was so much impressed. So, we assemble the press, assemble party members. I'm a live coverage. I'm a obieti ni tie nyansa ode oka. The opposite way. O can send me flagging me bebre. Na sabako kan so Abayno didn't prepare the economy very well to address any shocks. That is why the economy is really crawling.
From 2019 coming, the government thought say all was cozy rosy.
Thank you.
And you know, one prepare who and see Jinabi say bibi oyene bi buy by a day.
Thank you.
No, if you say Bibia
was rosy.
And 2019, to be frank, na Ghana won't say say. And he as a when in national Bibia be bow.
And no, yeah, MPP for any about and I'm prepared for that shocks. I think they all are planning and we don't prepare for this kind of shocks to happen in the near future way.
No, some economists prepared for it. Utie USA. US and American US said as far back as 2015 they saw it. There was a research said the world will be hit by a certain virus. So they should prepare for it. But the question is, after they've prepared for it, what even happened to US economy? This year alone, they've borrowed over $2 trillion. $2 trillion just to cushion the economy.
And no crowd giving to...
No, so you see...
What this says or the one or more citizens.
You see, the reason for giving that money, no, is like that. Semenya sikama me citizen obetwade.
Yes.
Aggregate
demand will increase.
Me say sikaba ne someone obewa kotwade. Enti omo ye production no. Enso benya sika produce. Enti at the end of the day, they are not laying workers off because there is production going on. Industries are thriving. Enti they are giving purchasing power to the people to go and buy. But do we have the money to give purchasing power?
No, if it would in scanicra manner, the purchasing power no is influenced by a foreign product. So the money will even not end up in your country, it will end up in somebody's country. Well, that is why I'm very particular with how to manage such situations. It is easier said than done. Also, me boy, former president Abaso said, "What na say?" They said, "What share economy no? What money crop for advice no? Na or critique economy no? And I also recommend some solutions. Be like I flagged. In fact, me tomebo etie nipa because me no me person me tie Crawford or more suggestions. And for the first for the fact say one more announces so this is what we are coming to say. Me trolling in a go now. I mean say and this time even though or play politics kakra frame na maybe one okanya manage ye pa
like
me be to very soon. Now but before then all that I want to say is that you see the economy is not so that flamboyant as we expect, but efforts have been made. All the policies are. It's just to stabilize, because whenever you are in crisis, what you do is to stabilize the lives of span of your people, and then after you come out, COVID. The truth is that you see we are even losing money to tourism, and then hotels be brought on Crawford. Now Crawford na free amanoni air bano numbers not reduce it, and see. Ukase COVID impacted economy now. 91 can year. Now, and then footballer yeah boy cry 25% penenko pack.
That's right.
So when him say yeah baller, the economy of Osu strives. The economy of Osu.
Stadium
because Sunday beyond obi benya employment Osu. So beton su, so beton because Crawford basa area him. Ebra ya shut it down as university, the economy of Medina went down. Yes. Because the entire economy of Medina thrives on UPSA, University of Ghana.
Taxis, truck.
They all went down because Obiati Bifi. So Obiati because of COVID didn't impact the economy.
Medina no. Omo bet me testify how COVID affected them.
I'm telling you, nobody will rent your apartment because everybody's gone home.
Yama cry affect home.
Yama cry sat between you call long vaga between
3 months
June and September no.
Koneko share the income. Any revenue or Medina, I say, just say Medina depending on UPSA and
that
labor.
Is it. That is it. No, the same way Ukoke University, the towns they all depend on the
even Kumasi, especially Uber for any boat.
Thank you. So few months now, you got Tnas and Crofo Ejumeguye. And Crawford one moment like things didn't go well.
Sorry, Bill.
So you cannot say that COVID has not affected the economy. Now, we will not continue singing the same song, but what we have to be talking about is how the government should strive to stabilize the economy. Meanwhile, Kasano or Bobby B. like he mentioned some points. Let me say that's the truth. MCs need disease. If you don't get people with experience who know management, who have the experience to manage like their communities,
and then give them the power.
They have the powers. So they see, Doc, that's where I disagree. They have the powers because once you are appointed as a CEO of a municipal assembly or district assembly, you are responsible. You have the powers to collect revenue. You have the powers to spend. You have your own tendering board. I like bet me awarded contracts. What powers do you need again? No, at a certain level, I need the because even UPS crown when you are awarding contract beyond a certain threshold, it will go to regional. Not there's a regional committee. They will look at it and approve it for you. Another level beyond regional level, it goes to national. So it has been cascaded for the purpose of credibility and independent purpose and transparency.
That's right.
So that people will not be changing the contract sums from time to time. Now, my problem with them is the fact that they don't know, most of them don't know how to manage communities. Sorry to say, an agency like DVLA should not get any funding from government. An agency like DVLA should not get funding from government, not even salaries. In fact, they should even rake in more money for the government. And then
and DVLA staff is paid by government?
Me say they should not. They should not. Oh, now a bra. Me say that your employment as a topical issue. That is why I didn't want to go into a former vice president, former president's way. Not my train alcohol. What we are talking about here is government or the agency's inability to generate enough revenue. Baby, you hear additional taxes because people are already crying. At the beginning of this year, last year, one more ever kind budget for this year. Our expectation was that don't increase taxes. Good for kind. If anything, like virtually all the agencies, unions came to say that look, don't increase taxes. Now the government came to explain that we need this tax to raise this revenue in supporting. Look, rate taxes now, it's just supporting losses you're creating during 2020. I cannot go on.
And also, so now say, I want my sika. What do you say about come na man? I didn't find so.
Oh, natural war. And a system no emma usika. Na that system no. Well, and because they say yatra democracy, democracy no yentias you. Even the way I try say o democracy criminal kebi no. One aspect of democracy. Democracy. Yes, you say government for the people by the people. Wow. And say abani enya dia say ene abani di nyama free amawa. Wachina obetua.
Enyante hwase.
There be enyante hwase. Well, schools and this is free SHS. Free SHS no yetua o. Ye taxes na ye tuatua no. Ena aban bi so media me gidi say scanner ye agye no mo ma nya free emam NHISA
mentua to ne nsa ma
metua fees emam wo ma
I said double jeopardy.
Thank you. And ya na ye tua and the issue sometimes no hard you say when parties or government politicize projects. Wow, and eta high development no bibia nanka enso obey na say Mahama SHS schools community day schools Ghana Akufo-Addo's free SHS Ghana omo first ke bia mbo ye ne to aba mo na ye say to am tax say won omo form plans embra but baby do no it is because me dey be ameboso say we go to a time we should legislate a national planning policy, development plan policy. Because parties no want them and develop it in line with what we have planned as a nation for a certain number of years. There are some small provision be I want them debate formal initiatives about. That is why nanka community day schools here you don't come as a national policy. Make us and this Becca said, me buy no, me see 10. Also buy no see 20. Now 1D, 1F, a national development policy.
That's right.
A document name. And this Becca, me buy no, me 20. Oh buy so that we can debate on the basis of national development
and how much
policies.
Revenue you've raked in and what you did with
it. But see, Ghana go say
manifesto.
Buy bia manifesto. Or the boy minor. We don't have that like comprehensive development planner. And we'll continue to face this problem. Which cannot cushion the economy very well. And I think if you're looking at the state of the economy today, me Kase, we are very, very, very stable. The OSHA, our fiscal performance now, I don't think that is what the government is expecting, because a chunk of your revenue is going to only 2 items. And after even these two items, to me offsetting I was say about Bosia, they use other stabilization funds. They support it. Once a deficit near where this policy is supporting in if you want any loans, if you want to first funds be on yet to me at the Kahuna they are supported. Now, when you know, yeah, cano. Yeah, because they trying to say both figures be bria. You say, how does it impact on the pocket of myself and you? Nanka, yeah, can't say me na make a padia, yen 2 muye. And then once inflation, 8 to 10%. There's a
economic construct.
Air cost road. Air cost. What it means is that BOG will not be compelled to increase the policy rates. And the very soon say policy rate will make maybe 14% again. Of course, the impact is that at the end of the day,
Interest on loans.
Now, so Oshes are buying with or say on orientation is say we open the market for the private sector. That is the orientation of this government. So whenever there is a phenomenon, it will go again, to go contrary to your orientation, then there's a problem.
Okay.
These are things that we should be looking at.
I want to say, and near did that come, and anyone should say any bobra.
Thank you. One said we look at what we assess what you say. I'm saying 2017 budget in Kayano. Say I buy the Kayano. Now I say we are going to move away from a tax system. Yeah. Okay, to more of open economy, production and industry, so that the government will generate more revenue from that. And then if we are assessing it, do we get it that same way? And the issue is that those policies, it wouldn't, the benefit will not be derived within a year or two. So 1D1 FER, a buying way I introduced it. And then you be derive the full benefit of it. It will take a long time, sometimes 5 years, 10 years, 6 years. And then the failure of most of the government is that when they introduce these policies, they don't estimate the expected deliverables. One no more educated in the next 5-10 years, this is the number of jobs that are created. This is the amount of like value chains that added to value added to the value chain of production. They have to explain all these things. Okasan Ubo NAPCO. Is it NAPCO?
Yeah, NAPCO.
NAPCO.
The nation's building call.
3 years ago, what was the government's expected deliverables after this policy?
Say, abandon this what who say. NAPCO confirm me searching. Again, I'm being free woman. Again, I'm the now they are home.
Thank you. So the question is that
almost a month for Nipa 68,000. Omo share every baby. Ebi more your more juma. Ebi nso so awura aban nyuma mu. Ba omo aka no. Fa no 32,000 na you feel. Eya kamia kwa say ya kwa ye nko besi. Even though wakonya the needed skill no or the cotton fee, is it going to benefit our economy?
Okay, so you see, you don't point fingers at only one party of the the whole thing.
I'm looking at it is government and powers policy.
Where I was going to arrive was that the fact that Ghanaians should be told, say whether the program was successful or not. The success will depend on whether indeed this is our expectation. This is what we have gotten. At the end of the day, this number of people have been equipped with these skills. Comprehensive report. Officer. They are picking it one by one. And that's what will measure the success of your policy.
But no crown of the CNO. Baby, you see, NAPCO for one. As you are saying.
Thank you.
O catch them say Nipa bear 68 and Nipa bear 50,000 a Juma. A Juma Bay.
Thank you.
You should be able to tell, say,
one more.
Snita, Oko Hospitaler, Oko Aha. These are NAPCO people, even after 2 years. Yap, a buying a moment, Jumaye. And until so, Kasa. The vice president talks about data every day. You can't just tell Ghanaians, say, Yamani passes 8,000 and there's no data to back it.
Thank you. We don't have anything. What I'm going to say, they need a comprehensive report. So people may not even trust the system. For Crown, people, the benefit goes beyond what they are talking about.
Yes.
What I say, Obi Wanuma, the rippling effect of that on the economy is beyond one employee. Also, creating employment, I'm going 3 or 4 people.
Yes.
Do we have anything to buttress this point? We don't have it. That is a problem of our system, our agencies, who don't, value data. Now, the other side of it is that like Subono. Now, NAPCO for no so. NAPCO for no so. Oh, Ghana for ye pampa ye youth no do. Who chill? Nyaman koyi aban say bra 3 years. Na me tiauka. Go and understudy someone. To be frank with you, they took it for granted. Only me a program go on my campus. Me invite you sister stations ni back. And na me utike mo kana meba. Na me tie won. Na branch here back. So no. Sa na ko we useless. Ehun hia. Na ono kora oya beneficiary. And I me drive here me give microphone say me ni na ko penya ka me ya pamo. Because unya you don't did it. This is not a place for you to be seated now. Because also we are active member of the NAPCO. And then what would you mean? Nanso Udi says can have 12 years now. And you are not even going and you are criticizing the program.
So where do you get the experience?
You've lost it. From day one, you've lost it. And they were shocked. I said this. I said, look, that's a blatant truth. You need to tell them. So when your opportunity, Hayati, Chama, they be come. Otisa efense ya echiri won so no better as you ukwache obi ase na osua ye ene obi tell you Dr. Mawutor we are dean wonu munim suma ya som ai de bedu ya e be sum free e be about say 3 days one night now we mark your boss scripts ono ne manada now we mark script about 3 days I say by Monday I have to submit this result we office bed 3 days from Friday to Monday. No, I need some of the Ghanaian youth one empebre. Let's tell them it's not only about the government, but one also can be. And nyame baby edu more creating artificial unemployment. Now only me no
and there is this sense of right. There is this sense of right, entitlement. So
they're so entitled.
Yes, they should be entitled, but the way they go about that entitlement, and also see a problem.
Issue.
Look at this issue. There are some young men in the course of our programs during the week. Omo man mate say or started NAPCO no after a year. Otumi boabo sikano. Starting the business and then oko kwan so ko fa niema beton a sa buying and selling no NAPCO iwie or adwuma
more profitable than
sika wanya wo mu no sisi ano obi susu beje 700 no young man no the first thing about the team so ko we be no ne niema bi ni
phone.
And by the time Bosumi ni new halfway no 700 no ono enye sika man. Or Jenny say obenya the most expensive phone.
Yeah.
Or Jenny say obenya the most expensive girlfriend. Now cash abani bottom. Enti bebre out of NAPCO omantima yebibia now they have business to run. Ebia NEIP a support no. MBSSI a supporting the kakra. Obi so ha okotan 3 years. And you just get up, go to work. Only say some of the institutions, even though aban no cry enyan kase bia or peb adwuma ma o institutions ni bi ebi mu performance ya fa o.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There are people on one NAPCO a and nam say adwuma o ye enti no. Wa no cry imply panini ka say abranti de mummy emfa no ama omo ede ne din akwa amene or your government worker e be a senate ni ade and aban no so see to it areho sema anakofo no bi sukane wo honoma na ya fa obi abase on be understand the wa wo ye NAPCO training na wanya bia 2.5 years experience no na ye de obi aba ya fa na dwuma foforo habra me so be to on mo aban ni say o mama nya experience no afa me enti say o kofa obi wa bontene say o me understand me 2 years experience na fa na dwuma na me nkotena fia. What are you telling me?
That's very true.
And this is going on.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, that's very true.
I'm on our chair parameter. Do you know which savings will a NAPCO personnel living in Accra do? Somebody is also asking me that question. Spending 200 cedis on transportation a month, a stipend paid 3 months part payment.
From the onset, stipend the man on the crowd and the ninja.
Yes.
You see what they are talking about? In
And
the
he
first
doesn't
place,
expect to save.
the truth is that there are even some family heads, like Obinum security, I'm pay 600 a month.
Omasha University.
I'm on social mama.
So teacher for train teacher for.
Oh yeah. So it tells you what it confirms what we are talking about. That like the perception of the program is not to give you like comfort.
A livelihood to
we are talking about
something.
a support.
That's
like
why it is called stipend.
And you pay. Utifie unyehwe. Bra na memwa na busumi bia besuen bibi. There are two things you come and learn. Then I'll give you a support system at family enye bi ma. So the governance of economy enye aban kwan o. Awofo kan bi ebusuan kan bi. Community can be say if you papa and so mama to create a job amawa, then you expect your community to create it for you or your family.
Okay.
If they don't create it for you, then the government will create it for you. If they don't have it, then this is what they have for you from the onset. You don't appreciate it.
Good morning, please. Even though NAPCO has ended, please tell them they still owe us September and October allowance.
That's right. That's
Up
right.
to date,
That's
no
right.
money.
That's right. That's
Meanwhile,
right.
the CEO promised us Friday, which was yesterday, very pathetic. Prince from Nkoko on the Osimasa, from last Madani Sabo. Asamna branch and the kind 15,000 poor and unemployed youth will pay 100 Ghana cedis each for forms. If we are near Fenipa, Omeka some of the administrative work, administrative work. This is cheating, excessive cheating of the highest order. Police, yebi, migration, prisons, fire service. Bosumi we sika mareki. Benifone nebedi. Benifone nebedi. Oh, is it justice to our children? Akola onya juma. Akosre ni mama akoji 100 Ghana cedis. Akoto form. Aban ne say the clearance no, betuma fa nipa 200. Ebi 1,000. Ebi fa we. Ukohwe baby e bo nipa 50,000. And apply obi to 100 Ghana. Multiply 50,000 by 100 Ghana. Says no. Enkwa ban ho. Eko police. We internally generated fund. Police for na room dada. We say whether they will benefit from that money. A dear administrative work in kwa. And you may owe nipa ba could be 100 Ghana. Me one me for nipa 1,000 pay and 500. Okay, compare. So the government has to one. Apo the boy on my moa. Apo. Dr. Mawutor for maybe 10 minutes. Now I wrap you up. Okay.
I'm saying unemployment there. I have my own orientation. Because I say you're part of the world, no. Whenever population increases, then it creates more unemployment.
It's a spillage.
But there are some other economies economists are like Utimu say, one they strive on population. China is number one. And US crowd USC. But when I enter US or US lotteries, your Canadian lotteries. Now, if you don't value people, if you don't know how to use people to to develop a country, this is where you find ourselves. We don't see say even people say once there's this respect reputation say because the assumption is that they'll work on the farm and then eventually. Thank you. So, but in our current dispensation, like I said, high population, no, rather not a problem. Just because we don't have solution for the high population. And you can't stop it. In fact, you can't stop it. You can only influence people to probably look at how best they can control their birth. But I can't stop it. A time will come. US started campaign, reduce reproduction. And then almost other citizens to come and work in their country.
They see a China crowd, case.
What I say? But you see, it tells you, say, baby, do know the major problem I was saying pass solve unemployment. And I'm very happy to say what I can say 2024 election there is on unemployment.
Yeah.
Every election has been on unemployment. 2016 it was the same thing because Brian this energy crisis is a
yeah.
So and a crisis about Ghana for air kasa.
But I say it's heightened this time.
Yeah, no, this time one said before 2016 it was a national issue. It was not even endemic like Africa alone. It was a national issue. But COVID was a pandemic. Mm-hmm. Pandemic simply means global. It goes beyond one continent.
That's right.
So the impact is so severe as compared to the national impact. Sorry, I say. Mm-hmm. So, it do be like the problem becoming unemployment, which is a threat to national security. Mm-hmm. Now, on color this week he make a program be na UNDP program be, and I mean who the threats are unemployment poses to the security of a nation. For the first time, I mean nim crasses are Boko Haram semi and Crawford no epe one more be no pe because they've created a nation within a nation. Baby are buying no intimate and providing them with water and those things. No, these people get bad money, send those monies there, give them water.
Yeah,
give them what they need.
They become Robin Hood.
So you cannot fight them, and
they will never give information about them.
Thank you. See, they chairman, and they comedy. Now say, do you care about where I got the money from? I say, they be like you. Now say, I saw for Bibri Aba, one more false teachers near there. Now so Obeko Sunday, not almost on the ma a chain. Yeah, no ma, you say, yeah, I swear you're
pretty good.
You're pretty good, no. And then because
they do benevolence.
Thank you.
Philanthropical works.
Thank you. Ebi crowd on ma. Me obi wa oyare. Me kai blind man na. Jesus esan yare no. Na Frasi 40% omu use. So I say immediately all I know is that I was blind. Now I can see. So whether it was the spirit is coming from God or not, now I can see. When people are so depressed, all they want is solution. So the question is, what solution are we getting to solve this unemployment issue? Former president Abbas Ebrana Kasano first, say Okasama meniji because he professed some few recommendations. Bia me my dream sana me train how he can probably.
What was he talking about?
I say unemployment. One of the antidotes I bet solve pane creating a 24-hour economy.
Excellent.
24-hour economy. Share. And there are some countries we want man. Yenda. That doesn't mean say men that 24 hours.
So simply put, double track economy.
Thank you. Sir,
double track economy.
No, I feel no obi ebe juma.
And that's what they've been doing.
So productivity is high. Share yo on Ghana on.
I know I need to come on say. When a buying opposition, when a party is in opposition.
Share.
Oh, ideas.
Kamechiro.
Obano me and
But you know, Ghana,
this is a very positive.
Ghana is improving. But
the issue is creating very good. Creating this 24-hour economy like a double track economy.
Yeah.
It means that you also have to be so much in tune with security.
Yeah.
Because night market.
Yeah.
Also creating enough security.
Yeah.
As some way baby a boss. Say enka decongestion hu here. Ewo your market space.
Debbie.
Because what you mean adwadifo adi nkomo. What create security. It is a dumu a anasa circle ha. Ye wo omo a omo niema nkrofo hia na nwumre.
Sir.
Obi po adwuma 6 o'clock ha.
Sir.
Obetimi a pass by.
Sir.
Alenti na nkrofo kwa shopping wo mall anadwo.
Thank you. I don't know more almost 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. We could have done so for our market with security. And tika unya obi a oba betena kwan mu aton ade because nim say anwumre obetimi akọ because obi apon.
Sir. So you see, it was one of the things I said, oh, this man is really
I think I'm
coming out with some brainy idea. And I mean, that's the part I said, okay, I said, position, and like I said, they have
ideas not bow. No, me.
Once they not. I want to say they now resonate with the poor, you know.
Yeah, they resonate with the poor. That's exactly what it is. Omunya befia, omuti mobro was suchen ubia.
Na ninyi na chino. Baby, a man penny casa. Well, one say, you're bad man. So, message never no. Say when you're political, you're bad. We talk about the economy. We talk about your boy NDC what happened. Your boy PPH what happened. And I've never met any like invited as like non-partisan.
Obi so say, if they know they are cheating them, they must stop picking the recruitment forms. 1 minute, we have money.
All right. So the issue is that not create 24-hour economy. What it means is that you need digitization. Wow, to create a security, environment. And former president also Vice President Abasono. No, so he's in the wrong saying. No, the man is look.
IT the same former president last month in African Forum said the economy will only thrive after post-COVID on digitalization. So why do you criticize
Vice President Abasono?
The Vice President on digitalization when you tell African leaders to digitalize?
Thank you.
To digitize.
Thank you.
Taxes properties rental income tax
speak to the mic.
I think digitization I never bought craft for taxes.
Mobilize more funds. Last one. Doc Ekasan about 1D 1F. Now some 1D 1F idea yes I shall see. Well, we call something sustainable development. I don't know. All factories now very expensive. I don't know the research and development policy whether they are going to involve indigenous universities, research and development department. Like so you better taking care of the research, not to depend on the foreign research.
Nanka Sikano Kraso Abamonche. Nanka EPS in
sustainable development.
Obviously, for this one we draw the curtain on today's program. Thanks so much for being part of it. We appreciate your time with us here. And we believe that you have been blessed. What's Yanya free moi? Also, sorry about Bobra. Abusia, Bini, your man, you're watching. Dr. Mawutor, Dr. Ebo, Bochin, I'm telling you, for UPSA. What's a Menka, not me, Cham, PSA, as you say, you may DA, sounds so, and Amos, Andy, and Alfred, in our Shema Bibia Cost. So have a wonderful day and stay blessed. It's time for final whistle.